market remains strong, and it added, 100,000 jobs, 177,000 jobs this past quarter. And that's completely contradictory to what I'm seeing in the corporate world and hearing from folks, right? PwC just announced 1,500 more layoffs. And every day I'm getting an alert from different companies with, not ones or two people being laid off, but hundreds, in some cases thousands. So I'm not sure how this data syncs with what's actually happening in the real world. So anybody out there in corporate or has been laid off in corporate, I'd love to hear from you, because they're painting two very different pictures. And I know last year the press was all over, highlighting the job cuts and layoffs, but now it just seems to be we're numb to it, and folks are being let go. And I see it every day in the community, right? We have new members joining that were laid off, didn't see it coming. So just kind of curious if this headline jives with what you are actually seeing in corporate, and we're just getting the wrong headlines, or if it is truly a mess. I mean, I believe corporate is a mess. It was a mess 5 years ago. I don't think it's gotten much better, but maybe the layoffs aren't as apparent. Again, everything I've seen, the people I talk to, they are there, but if you believe the U.S. government and these statistics, then the job market is strong. So curious to hear from you, Gen Xers specifically. What are you seeing? And as usual, if you're still in corporate, good luck.
Yes, we all need the luck right now. How are you guys doing? Welcome back. Let's jump right into it, because we get a lot to cover in this segment. Yes, he put it right. Where is the job coming from? We've seen how Doge has been cutting the federal workers. You know what I mean? They have been terminating them here and there. Their jobs has been taken away, and yet the report that came out says they added they added jobs. Now it is contradicting indeed. Where did they get the jobs? We've seen a lot of massive protests out there because people's jobs were taken away. So if the report is coming in now that actually they added jobs, okay, where are we gonna see in the report that they lost job? You see what I mean? People are just like not having it. They are like, what is going on? And I'm gonna be playing your clips here and there. Credits to the creators for giving us the opportunity to add our comment to it. Let's roll the tape.
These narratives celebrating mass layoffs of government workers, claiming it's like going to improve our economy and make us more efficient and all this good stuff. So I was like, I need to make a video being like, please stop doing that. And then I was like, didn't I already make this video? And it turns out I did, exactly 2 years ago, when people were celebrating mass layoffs in tech. And the thing I want you to realize is how terrible this is going to be for you. Like, you watching the video, these layoffs of government workers is going to be terrible for you. I'm actually going to set aside things like the potential loss of services from all of these government workers being laid off. Like, just set that aside. I want you to think about the fact that our job market is now going to be flooded with potentially hundreds of thousands of people who need work. So if you are someone who has been looking for a job for a while and you're already struggling, well, now you just got a lot more competition. And a lot of these people's backgrounds are going to align with more corporate fields. So if you are someone who is trying to pivot into corporate work, good luck. Now you have a lot more competition. It's going to mean more people on unemployment, which is your tax dollars going to them. And they are going to be watching their spending. And so that is going to be a lot less spending happening in your community, which means that less money is entering the economy. And then layer on top of all of that, the frustration you're going to experience when any of the supports that you want take a lot longer. Because as inefficient as you might find the government to be, imagine how much worse it's going to be when they lose hundreds of thousands of employees. And that likely means that your costs are going to go up, because maybe you're going to have to pay more fees to expedite things. Maybe instead of being able to count on USPS, you're going to have to pay a premium to ship things via FedEx and UPS. So remember that what people voted for was for the government to do less for them, to provide less for the American people. So yeah, I'm having a hard time finding anything to celebrate when I look at mass layoffs impacting our federal government. And if you are celebrating that, I think there's a decent chance that you just haven't thought through the actual implications of this.
They ask the question, how can we reduce costs with the least operational damage? They're not necessarily asking who is the underperformers. They're asking who can we get rid of and not really notice that we got rid of them. I see a lot of people who were blindsided by layoffs because they were good at their job. The problem is that the company didn't really need them to be doing that job. So if you're looking at your situation and trying to evaluate your job security, don't ask yourself, how well am I doing at my job? Ask yourself, if I quit tomorrow, how much pain would these people be in?
Yes, guys, comment down there in the comment section. If you also believe it is crazy for people losing their job are among those that knows this job. You know what I mean? Among those that are doing wonderful, maybe they've had a review a couple of months or a year ago that their job performance is wonderful and they believe that they have saved, that their job is not going to be touched. But unfortunately, they got hit as well, and it is crazy. Yes, guys, I'm gonna play you this next clip, and I think it is crazy because right now this guy is saying something that we have to pay attention to. We all remember the time of COVID, right? Yes, this guy came with statistics that I want us to pay attention to.
According to the Challenger Job Cuts Index, if you zoom out, it is not going to be as bad as what we saw during the pandemic, but it's certainly a pretty scary trend line when we compare it to the 08 period here. Job cuts are up almost 250% month over month and over 100% year over year, to the point where the job report for January does look recessionary. It shouldn't really come as a surprise. Over a third of these cuts came from the Department of Government Efficiency, which was a relatively predictable part of their mandate, but it still seems to be one of the few things not priced in by the stock market. If people are losing jobs, it means they're spending less money, which could mean that we're seeing a consumption recession forming. I'm not sure if this was an intended outcome for voters or for their policy, but do not be surprised if it is the outcome that ends up happening.
How you doing, TikTok? Really torn up about whether or not I was going to make this video, but I think I need to. Today, I'm an owner-operator. I own my own truck, or I should say I used to own my own truck. Today's the worst day of my life. Today's the day that I turn my truck in. I between the shops and the insurance and everything else that goes with it, the payments, I went broke. Put it mildly, I just went broke. Got to turn my truck in. Love my truck. I tried my best. Luckily, I work for a guy who's good enough to put me in a company truck. But it doesn't change the fact that I fucking failed. Run my ass off a bit, stay out 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks at a time, sometimes more. Not only did I spend every penny I have, I went in debt. I owe this good man a lot of money. A lot of money. He's good enough to try. He's going to work with me. See if I can't get it paid back. Doesn't help the fact that I fucking failed. For all the truckers out there, I'll be out there with you. I'm trying to work it off. God bless you. Throw a peace sign up when you pass somebody. We all need it. I don't know what else to say. I don't deal with failure well, and I failed in a grandiose fashion, man. And crash and burn like I got never done in my life. Stay blessed. Remember, put God first. I love you. Peace.
Yes, guys, that was so tough to watch and listen to because a man coming out to say what he just said, and y'all heard he was actually contemplating should he do the video or not. It is crazy for him to come out and let the world know, like, okay, things are not going the way it should be. And also, I want us to focus on the guy that came with statistics. We all remember during COVID era that a lot of jobs were lost, but right now we are not in any COVID, no pandemic of what sort, and jobs have just been dropped. And the statistics that he brought up, we are getting there with the way this job is being dropped. What do you guys think? I'm gonna play you this last clip. This one is crazy because it is indeed a for and find out moment, and people are just like coming out on this administration, like this is not what they voted for. And yes, and it's affecting everybody. Yes, I'm gonna play this one. This one is kind of it's crazy.
Vote working out. As a union worker, I'm in the find out stage. And you know what's so messed up about the find out stage? I didn't vote for this shit, but we're all in this basket together. How's that no tax on overtime? That no tax on tips? How's that working out? I'm going to tell you how it's working out in my union. No more overtime. That's right. Every time that I put in for overtime or my other union brothers and sisters put in for overtime, we're getting denied. I actually had a union brother who actually voted for this administration tell me he can't afford his summer home now because there's no overtime. And you know me, I like to tell it how it is. So I said, well, hey, bro, guess what? I told you so. And he had the audacity to say, it wasn't Trump. It's not because of him. Then what the heck is it? Because under Joe Biden, I had plenty of overtime. I had so much overtime, I had to turn back overtime. Now I got none. None. And thank you, MAGA. Thank you. Thank you for destroying this country with your vote. Because we can't even afford to live here anymore.
Yes, we can say that the FRN and find out is not over. It is still going crazy, and people are still talking about it because they are comparing this administration to the last administration. And we all remember during campaign that this administration said it's going to be easier, that things is going to be affordable again, that groceries is going to come down, that you are going to have a lot of jobs, it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be a lot. And now people are, even though we are just 5 months in, but people have no patience. No patience at all. If you cannot do it immediately, do not promise people that you are gonna do it immediately. So that's why people are like holding this administration to fire. Like, you promise us, like on day one, everything is going to be okay. But now, when they do the comparison, they can see like under former administration, yes, even though a lot of people were saying it was, it was slow, but it was taking its time and people are still be able to do things little bit. But now that we are having this layoff here and there, people are feeling it and people are complaining. What do you guys think? Credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity one more time to add our comment to it. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Are you feeling this layoff? It is indeed going to affect everybody because if you and I were looking for a job before, now that a lot of mass layoff has happened or is happening, you can imagine how tough it's not going to be for you and I to get a job if we are out there looking for a job. You know what I mean? God bless us, just like one of the guys said, and we believe in God. In God we trust. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.